Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Hey! Fluff Piece Monday. I am the fluffer, not to be confused with the actual fluff, because that geezer's been in the game a long time and I don't want to stand on anyone's toes. So I've built a couple of Revstars. You know I have, because you might have watched them. If you haven't watched my build series, they're a little bit more serious. I'm a bit less of a twat, but I do like looking at other guitars. And I had a reason to buy a Revstar because no one sells templates and my mate's gonna draw it. So I bought one. Yes, and today's little treat is a Revstar and it's a fucking gem. I can't believe it. Have a little look at this. So she is pretty much brand spankers. This is the cheapest one. You've got to bear that in mind. It's the cheapest Yami Revstar. She's in the box, she's a luminous green and she's hideous. Do you want to have a little look? Camera magic. Voila! There she is. Look at the Illuminati of the fucker. She is absolutely whopping. This is a nice little treat because it's a nicer guitar than usual. We're looking at a proper beauty. I'm envisaging having to do nothing. I'm hoping we're just going to look at it because I'm feeling a bit lazy and I'm trying to figure out how to work software to record guitar music, and I'm having a nightmare with Helix Native. A certain Mr. John Cordy recommended it, but I can't work it for shit. Anyway, I'm digressing. This is the RSE 20. It's about 400 quid, I think. I'll double check that. I think you can get them a little bit less if you do a bit of shopping around. It's got humbuckers on it, which I prefer. I'm kind of done with the P90s for the minute. I've had enough of that. I prefer a creamy humbucker myself. It's really lovely, isn't it? It's a great looking guitar. It's a 12-inch radius. I'll double check that because I'm not sure. I might be pulling that out of my ass, so I will double check. With the cheeky little StewMac radius checker. Let's have a little look. She's a 12. She's pretty good. I don't normally check things out of the box, but this is how the fuckers arrive. So let's have a little look at how they send these beasts. On with la wallop. So first thing I'm going to have a little look at, hello everyone by the way, welcome back, special wave and all that shit. 0.05 relief. It's almost like I set it up, I promise you I did not. 0.05 relief, which is just the tiniest of bow, that's just the tiniest. You could barely fit a badger's pube under there. Very, very little, which is just right. You can go a little bit more if you prefer. If you're a cowboy cord masquerader, you can do whatever you want, really. Let's have a little look at some measurements. I'm a little bit out of sorts because I'm more excited about this guitar than I have for any of the other fluff pieces because I do love a Revstar. 1.25 on the low E. Dirty low. 1.17 on the high E. That is excruciatingly low. We've got an ABR style bridge, so we should be banging on there. We'll check intonation. I am going to pull this bastard apart out of the box, which is something we don't normally do because I'm either working on bedroom bashers full of jizz and fucking monk and pubes and stuff. What? This is absolutely creamy mint. I mean, it's just literally never been played. The plastic's on the humbuckers. This has got those cheeky push-pull that they call the dry switch. Everyone loves to thumb it in dry. Sometimes it's necessary. You've got to get through and do what you need to survive. The tuners are, I have tuned it naturally. The tuners are just, they're like butter. Fuck off. It's got a matte back to the neck. They thought of everything. The colour is just in your face. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'll use the clip-on tuner for now and we'll just check the intonation out the box. Well, the intonation, apart from the A string, and I can see that the saddle is as far back as he'll go on that one. I'll just see if he's got a little bit more. It looks like they've pranged that one right back. Yeah, he's not going back any further. So I don't know if that's a Yamaha, that's a bit odd that is. The intonation's not perfect, but everything else is bang on out the box. And there's no adjustment on that style of bridge, which is a bit of a shame, innit? Of all the guitars I've got out the box, this is already S tier if we're going back to the old Bollocksology board, which I gave up on very fucking quickly if you're an early adopter to the channel. If you came here for the pink finger and the glary Lego fretboard thing, then well done. 0.4, the nut is cut between 0.4 and 0.55, which is you're not going to tell the difference there. That's absolutely banging. Now, the neck is, as we've had a little look, the neck is pretty bang on straight. Normally I would straighten it right out to check for rockers, but we're pretty much there anyway, so I'm not going to bother fraternising with that. Let's have a little look at what the frets are like. We use the old StewMat rocker. Well, I've got some modest rocks. I'm not surprised. Every guitar that comes through the workshop has got rocky frets. They just all have. They've not been levelled in a factory. They've been pressed by a machine or someone with a press. No one has fret levelled the guitars unless you pay thousands and thousands, which blows me away. The fact that no one does it, but I suppose they're farming out guitars. Now, here's a little example of how close can you get it. Some guitars are weird. Let's just have a little think. Let's have a little talk.
Gather round.
Some guitars will have an action of almost 2 mil, cheeky rockers, and play like a piece of shit. This guitar is 1 mil to 1.3. I mean, it's excruciatingly low. What's it like? So the action is just too low on the low E. There's no getting away from that. It's just too low. There are no twangy strings on the higher notes. And one of the other checks you can do is if it frets out, can you bend strings? Now, actually, from what I've learned in this little silly series, that action might be a little bit too low for some people's preferences. I think it's pretty spot on. It is a bit much on the low E, so let's just slacken her all off, and I'm just going to raise her up. Good 1.45 on the low E. Well, I'm absolutely baffled, and I'm really happy because I didn't really want to have to do a lot. It's absolutely the best guitar that's come across the bench so far. Now, as always, I can only talk about the guitar in front of me. This could be an anomaly, it could be the norm, I don't know. But the frets are lovely and shiny, they're not stainless. This is a base model, and it seems to be the bigger the brand, the less you get for a base model. This is a chambered mahogany body. It's very, very light. Should we weigh it? Should we get professional? 3.8 kilos, 8.2 pounds. We'll let her off the 0.2. Brilliant. 8 pound. It's an 8 pounder. It's lovely. It's very light. That is perfect weight. I think that's on the money. Let's have a little look at the pots because I'm running out of fucking things to say. What's everyone been up to? Comment below. What's your favourite guitar? Tell me what you think. Has anyone got a Revstar? Do you want to wank off over it every night? Let's find something not to like about this beast. Let's just hand it over to Phil to give the frets a little wank.
Oh yeah, it's pretty damn good there.
So it has got some sharp frets. I'm only joking. Let's do it serious. I want to touch it up. Oh, we've got some roughness, but not sharpness. They're not perfect, but they're not sharp. I wouldn't mark them down for that. We've got lots of lovely rounding on the fretboard. That's all been done in, aged in nice. I mean, they ain't bad. They're not great, but they ain't bad. £400 guitar, that's fucking top wallop, that is, top wallop. When I rate an instrument, I rate it based on its price. We're not comparing it with higher cost things. Sometimes, get rid of the hand. Sometimes I will compare it, I'll think about it with other stuff and think, am I getting more for my money at this rate than I was up there? You're not going to get much more for your money. For 400 quid, build quality, and certainly sound, which I'll try my best to plug in a minute, but it's doing my fucking nutting. Pretty unbeatable for the price. It's an absolute delight of a guitar. Let's have a little look at the pots, just so you can all calm down. See everyone sat at home with their pot of honey ready for it. Bring out the pots.
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
I know what you're like, you pervy bastards. You pervy old bastards. Oh, she's shielded to the fucking max. We've got an import switch. No. Some fuckers just decided to start power tooling outside. Do one. I'd rather Alan was barking. We've got a tiny pot there. Tiny pot, but we'll allow the tiny pot, it's fine. We've got a push-pull for the dry switch. I need to look into how they do that and what the fuck's going on. All in all, nothing to see here. Absolutely fine. Shielding paint, aluminium shielding, a bit of top wallop. Yamaha know what they're doing, so I'm not going to moan. Let's do her back up, get her down in Fritzels for a sound sample, because my God, she deserves a bit of a thrashing, doesn't she? What do you get with this guitar? You get a couple of Allens. Of course you get Allen, everyone gets him, and some instructions and some models and all that sort of stuff. Interesting to know what this is going to sound like. It's the Billy Bass model. I do always say that your sound comes from your fat fucking digity fingers and the quality of your amp, or not your amp if you're just trying to do everything through a PC like I'm trying at the minute. Get your marmalade out, you go and finish yourself off, and I'll see you down, we'll reconvene down in Fritzels, all right? He likes a clean one.
And you need to come on down to the cellar. I got a whole freezer full of popsicles.
Shh. Well, what an absolute banger. By far, I love the shape, all right? So she already had a fighting chance. By far my favourite guitar so far we've had across the bench. Loved it. We've turned some shitters into some great players. All right? And that's the whole point really, is me showing you that you can turn a dog into a decent player. This thing needed nothing really. Top tier recommend. I'm not going to say S tier because I'm not a fucking div. And people berate me for it. And so they should. So they should. I don't care about the origin of S tier. No need to comment that because I got told 1,000 times before I went to sleep thinking about it. Oh, S tier, S tier. Not going to do that anymore. Brilliant, brilliant recommend. Fantastic guitar. Listing is live. This one's going to come with a soft case. I'm going to bung an additional soft case in because it doesn't come with one. So there's a soft case that's coming in the bag. We'll definitely put another set of NYXLs in the bag for you. So this one's going to go on for 380 quid plus postage. So it's about the same as what you pay full retail. We've given her the look over. She's had a bit, I mean, she hasn't had much of a service. She didn't need it. But I will put 15 quid worth of strings in and a £25 case. So you get a bit more for your money. And just, yeah, brilliant. I don't normally, it's nice to just buy it. It's nice to just buy a guitar and do a proper check and look over. No one supplied it to me. There's no nefariousness. There's no fucking evil doings going on in the background. Fucking bin men. Just fuck off. So there you go. Absolute winner. I'll see you next week, everyone. It's a bit of a short and sweet one, wasn't it? Special wave, you fuckers. And yeah, make sure you go and give the missus a bit of attention.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.